You know, there's something dangerous about motorcycles that nobody talks about. Not the speed, not the traffic, not even the crashes. The real danger is hidden in the years of mistakes, trial and error, and blind spots that most riders waste their life learning the hard way. And here's the brutal truth. Most riders never figure it out until it's too late. They spend a decade thinking they're experienced. But experience without wisdom is nothing more than repeating the same mistakes until one day the road punishes you for it. I wasted 10 years learning what I'm about to share with you. 10 years of riding through rain with the wrong habits, 10 years of feeling invincible when I was just surviving, and 10 years of small mistakes that could have easily cost me my life. And do you know what's worse? 90% of riders are making these same mistakes right now, thinking they're fine, until suddenly they're not. But here's where it gets powerful. You don't need 10 years. You don't need to fall, scrape, or gamble your life away just to figure it out. I've already bled, stressed, and survived those years, so you don't have to. What took me a decade of riding, I can compress into 8 minutes of brutal clarity. 8 minutes that will rewire the way you ride forever. And I'm going to warn you, once you hear this, you won't be able to ride the same way again. Because this isn't just about motorcycles, it's about control, awareness, and survival. The stuff that separates the riders who last a lifetime from the ones who don't last a season. So, if you're willing to step out of the ordinary, if you're willing to skip the years of wasted mistakes and take the shortcut most riders will never find, then lock in, because what took me 10 years to learn, I'm about to hand to you on a silver plate in the next 8 minutes. And trust me, if you ignore this, the road will eventually remind you why you shouldn't have. Lesson 1. The illusion of experience. Here's the first truth most riders never realize until it's too late. Time on the bike does not equal skill. Just because someone has been riding for 5 or 10 years doesn't mean they've been improving. Most riders ride the same way every single day. Same mistakes, same bad posture, same lazy braking, same blind confidence, until those habits become permanent. And permanent mistakes are ticking time bombs. I'll tell you right now, experience is only valuable if you dissect it, study it, and correct it. Otherwise, it's just repetition of errors. That's why so many so-called experienced riders still panic in rain, still wobble in corners, and still freeze when a car cuts across them. If you've been riding for years, but haven't broken down your own habits, you're not experienced, you're just lucky. And luck runs out. Lesson 2. The real enemy isn't speed, it's complacency. Most riders think the most dangerous thing about motorcycles is speed. Wrong. Speed is neutral. It's how you use it that makes it deadly. The true enemy of every rider is complacency. That moment when the bike feels easy. When you think, I've got this, I know what I'm doing. That's when your brain switches off. That's when your guard drops. And that's exactly when a car door opens, or a truck swerves, or a slippery patch of gravel appears out of nowhere. The road is never constant. It changes every second. The rider who survives isn't the one with the fastest bike or the coolest gear. It's the one who stays awake every single second. I wasted years being complacent, treating rides like routine, until one day, a near miss snapped me awake. You don't ride a motorcycle. You fight for your life on it every second. Never let your mind relax. The day you relax is the day the road cashes in. Lesson 3. Brakes save more lives than speed. Every beginner worships the throttle, but veterans worship the brakes. It took me years to fully understand this. Your survival depends on how you brake, not how you accelerate. Most riders think braking means pulling the lever hard when danger comes. Wrong. Proper braking is a skill, a reflex that needs to be trained. Smooth, progressive front brake, gentle but firm rear support, balance between control and grip. If you slam it, you slide. If you hesitate, you hit. I'll be blunt. Most riders will die because they never trained emergency braking in a parking lot. They practiced wheelies, but not panic stops. They practiced corner speed, but not stopping distance. The difference between life and death on the road is measured in a few meters, and only a trained brake hand can shave off those meters. Lesson 4. Corners don't forgive ego. Let's talk about corners, because corners are where arrogance kills. Straight roads are easy. Anyone can hold a throttle steady in a straight line. But corners? Corners reveal everything about you. The secret most riders never learn. Corners don't care about your ego. If you dive in too fast, lean wrong, or stare at the guardrail instead of the exit, you're done. One bad move, and the road punishes you instantly. It took me years to understand that corners are not about speed. They're about vision and discipline. Look where you want to go. Trust the lean and respect your line. Overconfidence in a corner is the single biggest trap that kills experienced riders. The road doesn't care how long you've been riding. If you disrespect physics, it ends you. Lesson 5. Your gear is your last chance, not your first defense. Here's the part riders hate to admit. Gear doesn't save you from being reckless. Gear is not invincibility. A helmet won't make you smarter. A jacket won't make you invisible. Gloves won't teach you braking. But gear is the last barrier between you and tragedy. And it's shocking how many riders skip it because I'm just riding nearby, or I'm good enough, nothing will happen. That's the exact lie I told myself for years. And every time I rode without full protection, I was playing Russian roulette. You don't wear gear because you expect to crash. You wear gear because one day, without warning, life will test you. And when that day comes, it's already too late to wish you had it on. So, what took me 10 years to learn? That riding isn't about looking cool, racking up miles, or proving you can handle it. It's about survival. Every ride is a fight with complacency, a test of discipline, and a war against your own arrogance. And if you're smart enough to absorb this in just 8 minutes, you'll ride with the wisdom that most riders never achieve in a lifetime. You'll see mistakes before they happen. You'll sense danger before it appears. And you'll carry the mindset that separates survivors from victims. You've just heard in 8 minutes what took me 10 long years of riding, mistakes, and near misses to understand. But here's the thing. This is my truth, my experience on the road, and now I want to know yours. Because every rider has that one lesson, that one scar, that one moment where the road taught them something they'll never forget. So tell me, what's the biggest lesson the motorcycle has taught you? Was it a close call in the rain? A corner that humbled you? Or maybe a mistake you survived but still replay in your head? Drop it in the comments, because your story might be the exact thing that saves another rider's life. And if you disagree with me, even better, challenge me. Tell me what you think I got wrong. Because here's the truth. Riders don't learn from manuals. They learn from each other's scars. So go ahead. Don't just watch this video. Add your voice, your experience, your wisdom. Because in the end, the road doesn't forgive silence.